Why are so many people moving to Arizona? Hey, Sean Janessian here. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I want to talk about why are so many people moving to Arizona. Now, before we get into the reasons why, I want to talk about some stats. So I looked at a couple of things, right? And right now we are in the coronavirus still going on. And I'm not going to make this political or anything like that, but I want to talk about some stats. So I looked up some migration census kind of chart where they look at everyone moving in every state and what percentage of people are moving out of state and what percentage of people are moving into your state. So I looked at Arizona, and so from all the people moving in Arizona, whether in or out, 68% of people moved to Arizona, right? So that means 32% of people moved out of Arizona. So that's a large gap. That means more people are coming in than leaving, right? And the same context in California, I think it said 35% of people were moving into California, and only 65% of people are moving out of California. So that's a big number. That's a big difference, right? And obviously California is a bigger state, but that percentage is kind of crazy. And this is a 2019 stat. I think right now with everything going on, and we'll talk about this, it's probably a larger number. So last year in 2019, 690,000 people moved out of California, right? And I'm not trying to bash California right now, but I'm just kind of giving you context. In 2018, and I'm going to go off these 2018 numbers, but it's been pretty steady probably throughout. In 2018, Arizona was a top 3 in the country for people moving to the state, right? I think in 2018, 91,000 people moved to Arizona, and a large portion of that was people from California. I think about 68 or 65,000 people moved from California to Arizona in 2018. So that's about like 180, 170 people a day from California moving here. Number 2 was Texas, and number 1 was Florida. And there were like, I think 120, 130,000 people moved there. And you might be wondering like, okay, why are people moving to these states, right? Why Florida? Why Texas? Why Arizona? And we're going to talk about Arizona because I live here. I think Tennessee has been up there, Idaho, right? And these are weird, right? Usually like, you would think people would be moving to California, people would be moving to big cities. But it seems like, especially with what's going on right now, people are flocking away from big cities. But why I think people are moving to Arizona, it's a couple of things, right? Better work-life balance, right? I mean, if you're in California, if you're in New York City, if you're in Chicago, in these major markets, major cities, cost of living is super high, right? And it's just like, you got to work so much to make some money to afford your lifestyle. Where here, cost of living is lower. You're able to do more things. There's a lot more activities to do. I mean, California has the beach. California has a lot of things. But this is my thing about California. And I'm going to keep it very simple. Forget taxes. Forget politics. Forget cost of living. Forget this. If I want to go somewhere on a Saturday afternoon, if I want to go to the gym, to the supermarket, and this is most places in California. I go to LA County, I go to Glendale, I go to Burbank a lot, Pasadena and all that stuff. If you want to go to the gym on a Saturday or the grocery store, supermarket, it's freaking impossible to find parking. And that's annoying. That's super annoying. For everyday living, if I want to go to the gym after work, 6 p.m., and I'm going to go and it's going to take me so long to find parking, just driving around like an idiot, I don't want that. Here in Arizona, and this was the same thing when I lived in New Jersey, New York, it was kind of like that. Here, I pull up to the gym, to the supermarket, abundant amount of parking spaces. It's beautiful. It's a great feeling. So you could just go, you don't need 2 hours, you don't have to go to a restaurant, wait 2 hours to be seated. You just roll up, sit, wait 10 minutes, they'll find you a seat. Just these little things, man. The life, just what do you call it? Just a work-life balance kind of deal of just these little things that kind of matter, right? So another thing why people are kind of moving here is you're able to actually buy your own home. That's a big reason. In Arizona, real estate is a thriving force into our economy here. So, if you're living in Chicago and it costs like $900,000 to buy a townhome in Chicago, you can move to Phoenix, get a $300,000, $400,000 house. You're good. You could afford that payment. Yes, your salary might go down a little bit, but I mean, how much you have to make to afford an $800,000 shithole in a city, right? And excuse my language, but it's just the affordability of able to buy your own home, especially with this whole coronavirus shutdowns and all that. People want that now, to be able to have your own thing. So that's kind of something that I've realized. Another thing why a lot of people love Arizona, it's clean. It's newer, right? Anywhere you go, for the most part, obviously there's always bad areas, but it's just super clean, maintained. They really take care of the landscaping, all that stuff. It's kind of crazy, but I never realized that before. Living in Jersey, it was, just whatever. But over here, everything is new, it's clean. So it's a good thing. Another thing, why people are moving here, they want change, right? You've been somewhere for so long, you kind of want to change the scenery. So a lot of people are moving here because it's different, right? It's the new hot thing, right? That's what Austin was before. That's why Texas gets a lot of people, but Austin was that hot, cool new thing. And Arizona is becoming that hot new market. So people want change, they're going to come here. What else we have? I mean, there's a ton of reasons why people come here. There's a lot more jobs now. But I just kind of wanted to talk about some stats and the trend that we're seeing here in Arizona with a lot of people coming here. Especially in California, what I think a lot of people have noticed is how different states handle these shutdowns, right? And I'm not trying to get I wish it didn't shut down. I don't care. I'm just telling you, some people valued stuff being open and accessible and not the government really harping on you on doing things. So I think people appreciate Arizona because we were a little bit more lenient. We were one of the first ones to open, which kind of set us back a little bit, but whatever the case may be, people appreciate that, right? And also right now in California, all these fires going on, it's people don't want to, that's scary stuff, man, right? In Arizona, we don't really have a lot of natural disasters. We don't get earthquakes, we don't get hurricanes, we don't get fires. The only thing we get is the monsoon season, which it rains and wind blows for 10, 15 minutes, which could mess up your roof, which sucks if you own rental properties. But besides that, there's really nothing major that happens here. So, long-winded story. People are loving Arizona. People are coming out here. Companies are moving here. It's a thriving market. I hope it keeps going. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what state you're in. Let me know what's going on in your state. Love to look at the numbers for your state, what's going on, the migration status of people moving in, people moving out. It's a cool thing to look at and pay attention to, because if a lot of people leave in your state, that's going to tell you something. So, and we didn't get into taxes and all that stuff and politics, but I don't want to get into that. So let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.